Okay, so we are mentioning words we learned the other day. Seat bones. Okay, cool. You didn't remember seat bones from the first course, night?
Yes, but it
Okay.
was the first word that appeared in my mind.
Okay.
Bones.
Okay, that's good. Tilt. Okay, perfect. Can you give me an example of tilt? Yeah.
For example, tilt your hip bones forward.
Okay, very good. Perfect. Microbend. Cool. Is it clear the difference between bend with a D and bent with a T? Because this normally creates a lot of confusion. Is it clear?
So.
Yes?
Could you please
So.
explain?
Yes. Bend is not really the present, it's the verb. Yes? So bend is the verb, the infinitive. Yes? It doesn't really have a verb tense, una conjugación, it's infinitive. Yes, so bend is the verb. I use it for instructions. Yes, bend your knees in Utkatasana. Yeah? Bend is the participle. Yes, it's like an adjective. Yes, it works like an adjective. Yes, so I use it for descriptions. For example, in Utkatasana, your knees are bent. Yes, so that's the difference. Okay, so let's start with our second lesson. This lesson is pretty intense. Yes, there's a lot of vocabulary, but don't worry because this is just the presentation of the vocabulary. Yeah, so we will continue using and reusing this vocabulary throughout the course. Yes, so you don't have to incorporate all this vocabulary now. Yes, it will be a process, but I have to present it. Yes, like it's necessary for me to present this vocabulary. Let's start with an speaking activity. Yes, so we break the ice. So the other day we practiced introducing ourselves. Yes, like I'm Amalia, I practice Hatha, I studied or I completed my yoga teacher training in this school. I teach in this studio, right? Today we will practice a conversation, yes, a dialogue with a person that comes to our class for the first time. Yes, this is a pretty common situation for us. And I consider it's important to ask this person some questions. Yes. So let's look at the question. Hello, welcome. I'm Amalia. What's your name? Nice to meet you. Tell me a bit about you. What do you do? Yes, so this is an open question. Yes, the idea is not to offend anyone. Yes, because what do you do is super open. The answer can be I work, I study, I'm retired. Yes, like jubilado or jubilada. I'm a housewife. I'm unemployed. Like I don't have a job, but maybe I'm looking for one. Yes. So if you ask me, oh, what's your profession, for example, or what's your job, and I'm like, oh no, I don't have a job. You know. So what do you do is open. I think it's a good question. Have you ever practiced yoga? Yes. So here I'm using the present perfect. If you remember from your English classes, maybe. Yes. It's something we don't use in Argentina. Yes. But it would be something like, ¿has practicado yoga alguna vez? Yes. O antes. It's something they use in other Spanish countries, other Spanish-speaking countries, yes, like Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador. But here in Argentina, we only use the past, right? Like, practicaste yoga, yes? We should use this kind of expressions, but well, if yes, which style have you practiced? Yes, Hatha, Ashtanga, Yin, yoga therapy, whatever. Do you practice any other physical activities? Yes, like sports, running, I don't know, other physical disciplines, yes? Why did you come today, or why did you decide to start yoga? Yes, so this is a question about the motivation of the person. Sometimes it's an internal motivation, sometimes it's external, like the doctor told me to go to yoga, yes? But well, do you have any medical conditions? Yes, so this includes injuries, yes, lesiones, surgeries, cirugías, chronic conditions, something you always have, like asthma, hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, high blood pressure, you know, these things that we have for life. Or maybe something more circumstantial, like pain or discomfort, you know, like, oh yeah, I have some pain in my neck or in my back. And finally, is it okay if I do manual adjustments on you? Yes. So I included this question in the pandemics because, you know, in the pandemics, we couldn't touch people basically, but it's also important from a cultural point of view. Yes. Caro, I was telling the girls yesterday that when I was in Canada, people were super like distant, you know, like I was, you know, like, oh, hello, you know, like hugging and touching, and Canadians were like, don't touch me, you know. So in some cultures, it's really disrespectful to touch other people. Yes, so it's important to ask, especially if it's another culture. Well, and you can tell the person, I hope you enjoy the class. Yes, welcome on board. Okay, anything else you normally ask people that come to your classes? Any other questions? No, okay. Well,
No, only sorry. Only
yes.
when I think that I have to adjust something, I say
Yes.
excuse me and touch less that I could, or no, I don't know how to say this. I try to don't touch a lot,
Mhm.
but something when I have to do, I say excuse me and that's a little.
Okay, I would add, like, excuse me, may I adjust you?
Okay.
Yes. May I
May-
adjust you? I think I would add, because maybe you say excuse me and the person is like,
Claro. Okay.
yeah, like, oh, what do you need? You know,
Okay.
like maybe you want to pass through or something, like como un permiso, you know, like.
Yes, in
So
Spanish,
I would be like very
have sense.
explicit.
Perfect.
Welcome, Flor and Lina, the class.
Thank you. Sorry. I
That's
thought the
okay.
class it was at 3,
Okay.
so change the hours now. So it was
Oh.
okay. It's at 2.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay. That's okay, don't worry. Okay, so we will practice this conversation, yes? I give you 10 minutes to go with your partner, yes? You will be in groups of 2, and one will be the teacher, the other one will be the student, yes? So you ask and you answer these questions. The answers can be real or you can make something up. Yes, you can create like some character for this activity. Yes. If you have time in these 10 minutes and you want to swap, yes, you want to change roles, you can do it. Yes. Is it clear, the instructions? Yeah, perfect. So, Lina, are you there? Because I need to know if I can send you to a
Yes.
group. Yes, you are there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
So you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, one group will be there. You will be 3. Yes. Or maybe someone can stay here and practice with me. Yes. So Pia, you can stay here and we'll do it together. Yeah. Okay. Would you like to be the teacher first? You ask me the questions, and then maybe we have time to swap. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hello, Amalia. My name is Pia. Oh, no, sorry, I have to ask your name.
Oh, she knows my name.
Hello.
I'm famous.
Yes. Hello, hello. My name is Pia. What's your name?
I'm Amalia. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Tell me a bit about you. What do you do?
I'm an English teacher.
Okay. And so you have practiced yoga a lot, or not, or?
I have, yes, I have practiced yoga for some time.
Okay. Which style have you practiced, or do you practice?
I have practiced Ashtanga, Vinyasa, Yin, Hatha, but right now I'm practicing Hatha yoga.
Okay, okay, great. Do you practice any other physical activities?
Sometimes I go running. Sometimes I do something like calisthenics, like exercise, but
Okay.
not so much.
Calisthenics is a quite strong activity, is it?
Yes, but I don't do the strong things. I do simple things.
Simple things. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
my son has already gone with his father to the park.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's
so
good. That's good.
I can be here.
Of course.
Yes. Okay.
You can focus.
Yes, because it's difficult sometimes.
I know.
Okay, so thank you, Amalia. Why did you come today to this class?
Because I felt the need of having a teacher, you know, like practicing with a
Mm.
teacher.
Yes, it happens to me as well. And do you have any medical condition, something that you want to tell me?
I've been having some pain in my right leg, but it's not like a very strong pain. It's like a discomfort.
Okay.
Especially when I flex my hip, you know, I feel some pain
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Give me a moment because they are calling me from one of the groups.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Primero con la profe. Es una conversación. Está bueno el inglés, ¿eh? Vamos a hacer algo. Bueno, ¿todo bien? Es un chat with my teacher. We're happy. Me encanta, ¿te gusta? Ahora estoy más sueltita. Hi,
Hello.
Caro.
Hello, Pia. How are
Hello. Hi, I thought that we had to do it again with you.
No, because
No.
I was with Pia, but I can't hear hear her.
You can
So I don't
We
know.
don't hear you, Lina.
No,
no.
No. A ver ahí.
No.
Can
Lina.
you
Yeah.
speak?
Sí.
Okay, now.
No. Yeah. Okay. I don't know
Okay.
what is happening. Okay, now I'm here. Sorry.
She's
Okay.
back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you
Well,
do the activity or you are walking? Because maybe
No,
we can.
I'm changing the place because I was waiting for my boyfriend, but today in England is really sunny, and you know when sun is out, everyone goes out. So
Okay.
and I was trying to meet him at the corner, but it's not stable. So I'm walking a little bit more here, but I can do it. I hear all the activities, so I can do it. And I have
Okay.
it here.
okay. If you want, I can ask you because maybe
Okay.
you can't read the questions.
Okay. And then we change. I'm going to.
I
do
don't
the two-
know if you can go back to the room. Let me see if I can.
Pia, do you do the exercise? Oh.
I was the teacher.
We were doing
you
it
was the
together.
teacher. Okay.
We were
If you want,
okay, well,
okay.
yes, you can continue together because
Okay.
Lina left, so I don't know.
Okay.
Pia, do you want to answer the questions? I can.
Yes, now
okay.
now we can change, and Caro, you can ask Pia.
Okay, Pia. Hello, good morning. Welcome to our class. My name is Caro. What's your name?
Hi, Caro. My name is Pia.
Okay, nice to meet you. Tell me a little bit about you. What do you do in your life?
Okay. Nowadays I am a mother and I give some yoga classes. But like not so many hours, 2 days only in a week. But I used to do some tourism activities. I have a degree in tourism. But well, when I had a child, I had to stop everything. So now I am like a mother.
Okay, it's a wonderful job. And
Yeah.
also you have time to teach yoga. So I think it's the most.
The most,
know?
yeah. For me, is the most. I love it. So that's why I want to continue with this.
Okay, and well, you answered this question, but have you ever practiced yoga before?
Yeah, I have practiced since I was like in university, like 10 years ago, more or less, and I used to practice Vinyasa, Hatha, and nowadays I practice Ashtanga.
Ashtanga, okay, it's
Yes.
more stronger. Okay,
Yeah, I
good.
love the strong things.
Okay. Maternity is stronger. So I'm mom of two girls, so I can understand you. Yes,
My God,
and how old is your daughter or son?
my son is 2 years old.
Ah, okay. Oh my God.
It's
Okay.
like a little boy, little, but
Yes.
it's really like active all the
Okay.
time, every day.
Okay. Okay, it's the age, you know,
Yes.
2-3 years are difficult, but are very nice. So, well, you answer which style have you practiced, and do you practice any other physical activities?
Yes, I go to the gym. I
Okay,
do aparatos. Well, I like
okay,
strong. Yeah, I used to climb, but now I go to the gym only.
okay. You do some bicycle exercise or running,
Yes,
or like that
bicycle. Yeah, I run sometimes, but
sometimes.
not so many times.
Okay, to the gym. You're going to the gym.
Yes,
Okay.
I go to the gym.
Okay. Why do you come today? Or why do you decide to start yoga with me?
Because I want to have a time for me, like for yoga classes, and I want to be guided. I need to be guided in yoga as well. So it's like nutritive.
Yes.
It's good
Okay.
for a teacher
Retreat.
to take classes and
Yes.
to like relax another person.
Okay, great. You will relax with me, you know?
Yes, I want.
Pia, and do you have any medical conditions? Something that you have, I had to know?
Yes, I have like an arm, no, shoulder pain.
Right?
My
Okay.
my right shoulder is like always like with pain all the time.
Okay.
So
Just the right?
I have to be careful with that. The right, yes.
The right. Okay. So, well, something that's anything that you want to tell me, and something like I have to know. No, it's okay.
No, it's
Okay, let's practice together. So,
Okay, thank you.
well, I think that's do you like to teach yoga in English? This is the reason that you are in this course?
Yes, I want to teach yoga in like in hotels, maybe to tourists.
Yes.
Like to be again in tourism, but not in the same activity that I was a receptionist.
Yes.
I don't want to be that kind of job in that job. So that's
Yeah.
why I want to do this, to do other things, you know.
Like an spa, something like that.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
it's an amazing idea.
Yes, good. I like the option.
Okay.
Hi, Brenda.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine, but my
Okay.
internet is not okay.
Okay, well, you can keep your camera off if that helps. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, welcome back. How was that conversation? Good, perfect. Any questions? Did anything come up from this activity? Lina, yes, Sophie.
I have one. It's not like yoga specifically, but we were talking about other activities. And I want to say sometimes I go for a walk and I didn't know how to say it.
Okay, but you said it
I
now.
didn't know it was for or on or off a walk, like for a walk.
For a walk, yeah, you said it perfectly.
Okay.
Yes. Trust your intuition. Yes. That's something very important when you learn a language. Really, use your intuition. This is something not standard yoga teachers, standard English teachers don't say, but it's something I like saying. Yes. When you are in doubt, you know, like trust your intuition because it's probably right. Caro?
And I have a questions. We will see some phrasal verbs focus on action, for example, and put on something like that, blah, 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 or
We don't use so many phrasal verbs in
Okay.
yoga, you know? We will see verbs. We will see a lot of verbs. I actually have a verbs glossary, you know, so you will have a list of verbs you can use and we will work with verbs. But we don't really use
Okay.
phrasal verbs. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
good because they are super confusing.
I think that the most difficult for me to learn English is the preposition, you know, on
Preposition.
of on
We will work on preposition.
Okay, great.
Yes, that is included because we definitely use prepositions in classes. Yes, so we have 2 classes about prepositions. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So Lina mentioned another question that I think is interesting, like what's your purpose? What's your intention with the practice? Like maybe if you want to focus on the physical aspect or if you want to focus on the meditation practice. Yes, I think that's good.
And Amalia,
Yes.
how I can say, for example, contractura or something like that.
We have the word contracture. Yes, so you can use it, or maybe you can refer to as tension, you know, like I have tension in my upper back. Another common expression is sore. I will write it. So, for example, my back is sore or my legs are sore. Yes, that's a pretty common expression. Like dolorido, you know, like it would be something like that. Okay.
Adolorido.
Yes, dolorido. Mhm. Lina, I will silence you so we don't.
Okay. Yeah. So,
You, of course, if you have to talk, you can open your microphone. Yes. Okay. So let's come back to our booklet. Yes. And let's start with some new vocabulary. The other day we mentioned some body parts, really easy ones, like legs, arms, you know, like super basic vocabulary. Today we will be more specific, yes, because I know that saying legs is like the legs are really big, you know, like, so it's not specific, not precise. So let's look at the legs first here, yes? So here the legs are in a different position, yes, because it's an asymmetrical pose. But let's look at the parts. So we can divide the leg in two sections, yes? This lower section and this upper section, yes? And these sections are connected by the knee, yes? Remember, the knee is a joint that connects these two parts. This lower part of the leg is the shin, yes? For those of you who are Argentinian, this is very easy to pronounce, yes? Shin. Pueden sacar toda su argentinidad a brillar, yes? I don't know for the rest, because I know that maybe for some people, you will, for example, Lina, you are Colombian, right? Okay, it's important you don't say chin, because I remember, like, for shopping, some people in Colombia say chopping, right? Okay, here it's important not to say chin, because the chin is this, yes? So chin, mentón, shin, yes? Pantorrilla, yes? So this lower section of the leg. The upper section of the leg, yes, this one here, is the thigh, yes? So I bring my tongue between my teeth, thigh, yes? And I open my mouth like a smile, yes? Thigh, yes? It's important to exaggerate it at the beginning, so you incorporate it and then you can make it natural, yeah? So what would be thigh in Spanish? What are the thighs?
Muslos.
Muslos.
Muslos. Yes, very good.
Perfect. No, muslos y glúteos no es lo mismo, no.
No, it's not the same.
They
are different.
Los muslos.
Muslo is like la pierna superior, let's say, yes, the upper leg. Okay, now let's talk about muscles, yes, because shin and thigh, they are not muscles, they are regions, anatomic regions, yes, in Spanish, regiones anatómicas, yeah? Let's talk about muscles in particular. So this muscle at the back of the shin, here and here, is the calf. Yes, so calf is singular and calves with a V is plural. Calf, calves. For example, it's a muscle we stretch in downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Yes. What's the name in Spanish?
Gemelos.
Gemelos, exactly. Then in the thigh, we have the quadriceps, yes, or quads, yes. You can use both names, quadriceps or quads. That's the short form. The quadriceps are at the front and at the side, the outer side, yes. They are 4 muscles. That's why it's quadri, because they are 4 muscles, yes? And at the back of the thigh, we have the hamstrings. Hamstrings, yes? These muscles at the back of the leg. What's the name in Spanish?
Isquiotibiales.
Isquiotibiales, very good. Hamstrings, Yes. A lot of people that work in an office or that drive a lot, they have tight hamstrings. Yes, tight hamstrings. So for these people, it's especially important to microbend the knees, right? To work on the mobility of the pelvis. Yes, so this is very common. Then we have the glutes, yes, that Caro mentioned before. We have 3 glutes on each side, in total 6 glutes, yes. The maximus, the medium, and the minor, yes. And the gluteus maximus is the biggest muscle in our body, yeah. That's the name of the muscle. If you want to say cola, yes, like in Spanish we say cola or pompas, this kind of informal language. It depends on where you are, because the same as in Spanish, depending on the country, we give different names, yes? Same with the butt, we can say butt, or buttocks, or bum in the UK, but don't say bum in the US, for example, in the United States, yes? So this is informal language. You can also say glutes, that's neutral. You will not offend anyone.
Maria, what are you saying in England? Butt or bum?
You can say buttocks or bum in England. Yes, bum is pretty common in England, but in the US, bum is like a homeless person, so it's like completely different. You're a bum, it means you are homeless, or it's like an insult. So okay, and inside your glutes, yes, we have the sit bones that Nai mentioned before, yes? And I think we mentioned them in downward facing dog, yes? Like point your sit bones up or to the ceiling, yes? So literally, huesos de sentarse, yes? Sit bones, isquiones in Spanish. So that's it for the legs. Yes, you will have more vocabulary in the, well, you have the glossary already, the body parts glossary. Yes, so you can also check there. Let's look at the back now. Yes, so we can divide the back into the lower back and the upper back. Yes, like we say in Spanish, espalda alta, espalda baja. Yes. In the upper back, we have the shoulder blades. Yes, or scapula. The scapula is a more technical name. Then let's look at the arms. Yes, so this joint here is the elbow, and the elbow connects the arm with the forearm. So this part of my arm is the forearm. For example, for Sirsasana, we bring the forearms on the mat, or Pincha Mayurasana, or a plank on your forearms. Yes. And finally, the forehead.
Amalia,
Yes, Pia.
forearm is not, no es este, o sea, no es el, ay, se me fue el nombre.
Antebrazo. Antebrazo. Forearm. And forehead is this part. Yes. For example, in Balasana, yes, child's pose, I would say bring your forehead on the mat or to the mat. Yes. Any questions about this vocabulary?
Forehead is la frente.
Forehead is frente, yes. Okay, let's continue with the spine, yes, because we talked about the back, but we didn't mention the spine, which is really important in yoga, right? So the spine starts with our tailbone or coccyx, yes. Tailbone is a normal name that everyone understands. Coccyx is a more technical name, yes. Like here in Argentina, we say huesito dulce. Do you use this word in Colombia or in Venezuela? No? Do you have another name for the tailbone? No? I don't know. Huesito dulce, I have no idea where it comes from, like really. Like, did anyone suck a coccyx, or, you know, like, how do you know it's sweet? But in English, the name is it makes sense, because tail is cola, rabo, yes? And, you know, the coccyx is like what it used to be our tail, right? For like older humans. So that makes sense. Then we have the sacrum. Some people pronounce it sacrum, especially Americans, yes? So sacrum or sacrum, whatever pronunciation you like. The lumbar spine, yes, so these 5 vertebrae, remember the plural is vertebrae here in the lower back. The thoracic spine or T-spine, these 12 vertebrae here. So these 12 vertebrae are connected to the ribs. Yes, what is the ribs? These things we have here that protect our torso. Ribs, costillas, yes, so the thoracic vertebrae are connected to the ribs, yes, 12 thoracic vertebrae, 12 ribs, yes, 12 pairs of ribs, yeah, that's a good rule to remember the numbers. And finally, the cervical spine, yes, 7 vertebrae here at the back of your neck. Okay.
Amalia, perdón, ¿puedes repetir lo de los números, por favor? ¿Cuánto dijiste para la fórmula? No te escuché bien.
About the numbers?
Yeah, about the numbers, please.
Oh, we have 12 thoracic vertebrae and 12 pairs of ribs connected to your thoracic vertebrae. Yes, so you can remember that it's 12 and 12. Okay, let's go with the feet. Yes, I consider that the feet are super important and most of the times overlooked. Overlooked means like como que no se les presta atención. Yes, they are overlooked. So I consider it's really important to align the feet and pay attention to your feet, because everything starts in the feet, right? The fascia, for example, yes, fascia. The fascia starts in the feet and is all over your body. Yeah. So many muscle chains start in your feet. Yes. So in my practices, I pay like special attention to the feet. So we have the ankles. Yes, the ankles are the joint that connects your feet with your legs. Who can tell me the name in Spanish? Ankle.
Tobillo.
Tobillos, yes. Very good. Then we have the heels. Yes. skills are this part, the fleshy part. Fleshy porque tiene carne, yes? So fleshy. We say fleshy para lo que tiene carne y bony para lo que es huesudo, yes? Fleshy and bony. Perfect. Then we have the toes, yes? Please, please don't say feet fingers, yes? They are not feet fingers, they are toes, yes? If you say fingers, it's these ones, yeah? So it's not necessary to say the fingers of your hands because these are the only fingers in English. The other ones are toes. Yeah. So then in Spanish, at least in Argentina, we mention a lot the metatarsos. Yes. In English, if you are super technical, you can say metatarsals. Yes, I will write it, metatarsals. But it's really not common. Yes. So I recommend to say the base of the toes. Yes, base of the toes or metatarsals. That's the technical name. I only heard once in my life a teacher saying metatarsals. Yes, so if you use metatarsals, please educate people on what they are. Yes. Then we have the outer edge. Yes, so it's this external part of the feet, the outer edges. In Spanish, we say bordes externos. Yes, outer edge. And the top of the foot. Who remembers? We mentioned it the other day. Yes, in our first class. Who remembers when? What did we say about the top of the feet?
When we were talking about the cat pose, you can do it
Okay.
with the base of the toes on the mat or with the top of the foot.
Very good, Sophia. Perfect. Yes, so we mentioned the pose in the picture is with the tops of the feet on the mat, but you can do it with your toes. Exactly. And finally, their inner arch, or the plural inner arches. Yes, we will mention them later in the Virabhadrasanas. Yes, because it's an important part to activate because it's connected to the muscles in your inner legs. Yes, all the muscles in your inner legs that support your core, basically. Yes, so important parts of the body. Any questions about the feet?
I have in the activities, I
Yeah.
was confused about the angles. Like in the activity where you have to put on the Trikonasana, it was like,
Yeah.
I didn't know if you talk about the angle like on the ankle or the position of the feet. I was
Okay.
confused
No.
about that. I don't remember if I.
Yes. No, the angle is of the feet, not of the ankle.
Okay. You don't talk about it. Okay.
Yeah. I know that there is not, in some cases, there is not a correct option. Yes, for example, Trikonasana, some people, okay, the front foot is always like this, right? I think for all teachers, the front foot is in a 90 degrees angle. Yes. The back foot for some people is at 30 degrees. For some people is 45. For some people is 90 also. Yes. So there is no one correct answer. Yes. It depends on your practice, on your studies, and I'm very tolerant because I'm used to working with different teachers, so I respect, unless I see something that can be hurtful, you know, something that can be dangerous for your body, I respect everything. But if you tell me, I don't know, in triangle pose, your back foot is at 120 degrees, I would be like, well, that's not really good for your knee, you know? I will probably tell you. But these three possibilities are good. They just have different effects on the hip, basically, and the knee, right? Okay, let's finally go with this beautiful face. Well, I look better on the picture than now, but I have some makeup in the picture. Okay, so ears. Yes. Can you give me an example of like an example of a time where you mentioned the ears in a yoga class? Brenda, you have one.
During the meditation.
Meditation?
Meditation, or we.
Wait, what do you say about what's that about meditation and
When
the
I
ears? What do you say?
look your ear, or imagine your ears or your eyes when I say relax. That's
Like maybe not
Put-
imagine,
put-
but maybe
put your
observe.
attention.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Bring your attention to your ear. Yeah, maybe not to the ears, but to the hearing, right? To the sense, the indriya, right? El sentido de la escucha, but not to the, because the ear is the physical thing. Yes, like this part. But sometimes, for example, what do you say in Parshvakonasana? Maybe some people say this. The arm, or well, it's in many poses. This thing of the arm
Beside the ears.
Okay, arm besides the ear, or arm close to the ear.
Close to the
Perfect.
ear.
Or in line with the, some people say in line with the ear. Yeah, the
Line?
arm in line with
Line.
the ear.
Okay.
And our other classic example is cobra. What do we say about this?
Put your shoulders away from your ears.
Perfect. Yes?
Maybe in Adho Mukha Svanasana, when I saw that someone was, someone have the head,
Shoulders away from the ears.
I don't know how to say, colgando o suelta. I say align your head, your ears with your
Arms.
for arms. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Or for
Yes,
no, arms, yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah, you can also say head in line with the head between the arms, head in line with the arms, or refer to the ears also. Okay, perfect. Then let's go with the nose and the nostrils. Yes, so left nostril Ida and right nostril Pingala. Yes, we will cover pranayama in the future, so we will repeat this. Yeah. Well, here we have the most difficult one, jaw, the jaw. Yes, so the jaw is this joint here that opens and closes your mouth. Yes, it's an area that normally has a lot of tension. So normally we say relax your jaw. Yes, jaw. You are all silenced, so you can practice. Yes, jaw. Maybe for Aime, for Lina, it's easier. Yes, because our problem here in Argentina is that we have the show, but it's not show. Yes, it's jaw. Yeah,
Amalia,
jaw. Yes.
Amalia, you said relax the jaw or your jaw.
It's the same. You can say
It's
the.
the same?
It's like
Okay.
in Spanish saying la mandíbula or tu mandíbula. Yeah.
Okay.
The would be la, and your would be tu, like the possessive. Okay, then the chin. Yes, we mentioned it before. So not to confuse shin, panza risa, with chin. Yeah, important. It can create some funny confusions, right? Bring your hands to your chin, where you're like, okay. Perfect. Mouth. Yes, so well, this is a pretty general word. In the glossary, you have more specific, yes, the teeth, the tongue, the lips also. The eyes. And this space here that we normally mention in yoga is the space between the eyebrows. Yes. I recommend this expression. Some people say the third eye. It's more like an energetic name. Yeah. Or you can just say the space. For example, bring your attention or your awareness. Yes, awareness is a nice word to incorporate. Awareness, like conciencia, yes, to the space between the eyebrows, especially for meditation practices. And finally, the crown of the head. Yes, so this part, some people say the top of the head is exactly the same. Yes, maybe crown you remember because it's similar to Spanish, coronilla, yes, crown of the head. Top of the head is the other option. Hi, Analia, how are you? Okay, now I know this is a lot of vocabulary, yes? So let's include that vocabulary into sentences, into expressions that we can use in a class, yes? So let's go to the next page. So let's talk about cues. Do you remember this concept? Cues.
Advice, consejo. No. Trucos. No. Cues. No es-
Trucos. I like trucos. Like some
¿Cómo?
magic, some magic there. Other options? What can you tell me about cues?
Claves o como pistas, no.
Okay, that's like clues. Clues.
Clues. Ah, okay.
Yes,
No,
like
como
yeah,
claves.
like
O-
claves. Okay, yeah. Indications. Yes, it's similar. It's similar to an indication or an instruction. Yeah. An advice, consejo, could be, but sometimes it's a strong advice. Sometimes it's like it's not like an optional advice, you know.
You must.
Exactly.
You must too.
It's a mandatory advice. Un consejo obligatorio. Yes, mandatory advice. Okay. So I divided the body into lower body and upper body. Let's concentrate first in the lower body. That includes your feet, your legs, and your pelvis. Yes? So let's see some possible cues. The first one is root your feet. Yes, I would recommend this in any standing pose. Yes, root is something that plants do, yeah, but we can do it too, right? We can be like plants. I like feeling like a plant.
Like enraizar.
Enraizar, yes, that's the word in Spanish. Root your feet. Remember, if it's only one, like Vrikshasana, you would say root your foot. Yes, that's the singular. Our second cue is lift your inner arches. Yes, and this is something I would also recommend in any standing pose. Yes, so in Spanish, people say something like armar el arco interno. Yes, especially for people with flat feet, like pie plano, or, like el arco vencido, these kind of conditions. It's especially important, but it's important for everyone. Yes, so lift your inner arches. Cool. Let's go with one that is a bit polemic. Yes. Press into the four corners of your feet. Yes. So imagine this is my foot. Yes. So four corners would be this, like the big toe, the pinky toe, the chiquito, yeah, and the edges of the heel, bordes del talón, edges of the heel, yeah? So this is the expression a lot of yoga teachers use in English, yes? Has anyone heard this expression in a class? Maybe if you've done a YouTube class, or Brenda, yes, you've heard it. Cool. I'm not crazy. Yes, it exists. Okay, but the reality is that here in Argentina and in many other countries, we normally refer to a triangle. Yes. So in my case, I say press into the center of the heel. Yes. Remember, centro del talón, center of the heel. The base of the big toe, first metatarsal, and the base of the pinky toe, fifth metatarsal. Yes, so it's like a triangle. But you can choose your favorite expression. Choose your own adventure. Besides this idea of the feet, you can also use press into, yes, with other parts. Yes, so press into your hands, press into the tops of your feet, press into your seat bones. Yes, so this verb is interesting to incorporate. Place your feet at hip distance. We kind of mentioned it the other day. Yes, so place, I'm using place, I'm not using put. I don't really like put. I think it's not so used.
Yeah, it's more aggressive.
Yeah, it sounds a bit aggressive.
My homework, yeah, I forgot, but then when you saw my homework,
Oh yeah, I remember.
I remember.
Yes, yes. The thing is that we translate poner in Spanish to put, right? But place is also poner. Yeah, so you can use place. Place your feet at hips distance, for example, in forward fold or Uttanasana. Place your feet together, for example, in chair pose or Utkatasana, or place your feet wide apart. Wide apart, yes? Like very separated. For example, in Prasarita Padottanasana. Another verb you can use for the feet is step. Yes, only for the feet, porque es como dar un paso. I can say also, step your feet at hip distance, together, wide apart. Yeah?
Step your feet is like no, place your feet forward.
You can also use step your feet or your foot forward. We will see it later in Virabhadrasana 1. Okay. Okay, Lina, don't worry. You can watch the video later. But yes, I don't recommend you to do the class in the street. Okay, no worries, Lina. Have a good weekend. Okay, the next one, we also mentioned it the other day. Tuck or curl your toes. For example, to come into down dog. Yes? So remember, if the tops of your feet are on the mat in tabletop, you tuck or curl the toes and you go into downward facing dog. Yes? Curl is a verb that we only use here. Yes, it's not really useful. But tuck, it's an interesting verb to incorporate. Yes, it's like meter. We can also use it with the chin. Yes, for people who are like this. So tuck your chin. Yeah. And with your tailbone or coccyx. Tuck, yes, to create the retroversion of the pelvis. Yes. So we can also use tuck your tailbone or coccyx. So if you have to choose, I recommend to learn tuck, not curl. But you will probably hear curl your toes in some classes. Yes.
Amalia,
Sorry, Amalia, how is tuck in
wait.
down dog?
Okay. Okay, Pia, you can
Sorry.
go.
Sorry, Caro.
no, I think it's the same question.
Ah.
Go ahead.
Can you ask again, because I couldn't hear you?
Tuck, how is tuck in like to come into down dog? I don't like understand.
Tuck your toes. Meter los dedos, yes, because you have the tops of your feet on the mat, empeines on the mat, yes, tops of your feet.
Yes.
And you tuck the toes, yes, like apoyas los metatarsos, we say in Spanish, yeah, so you tuck your toes. Was that the question, Caro?
The same question. So
Okay.
Thank you, Pia.
Okay. Next one, shift or transfer your weight into one foot. For example, for a balancing pose like Vrikshasana, Natarajasana, Garudasana, etc. Yes, so shift, transfer. You can also use bring. Bring your weight, peso, yes, weight, into one foot. Or you can use this expression with other parts. For example, if you are in downward facing dog and you move to plank, yes, tabla, plank, not table, yes, it's not table, it's plank. We say transfer your weight to your hands. Yes? So you can use it with different body parts. Okay. Come on your tippy toes. Yes, this is this cute thing we do with our feet, you know. You are standing and you lift your heel like children do when they want to grab something, you know, and it's high. Yes, puntitas. We will practice it later. So come on your tippy toes or tiptoes. You can also say tiptoes. This is something you can do in Tadasana, but you can also incorporate it into other poses. Yes, like Utkatasana, Utkata Konasana. Some of the warriors also. Yes, like to activate more the legs, basically. Or to look cool for your Instagram picture. That's also a good option. I've done it. Okay. Grab your feet. Yes, so grab is something you do with your hands. Yes, so I grab my bottle here. Here I'm using it with the feet, but you can use it with other parts. Yeah, but normally we grab the feet, right? Oh, well, sometimes we grab the opposite hand. Yes, for example, in this, we grab the opposite hand and we do this stretch, you know, like a side stretch. So grab your feet, for example, in Paschimottanasana. Yes, you can say, if possible, grab your feet. Yes, so you are inclusive. Please don't say
Or
if you.
Or grab your ankles or your shin. Shins.
Exactly. Grab your feet, ankles, shins. Please try not to say if you can. Yes. I don't like these kind of expressions. If you can, si podés. I think like there is something about ego into that expression, you know, like because people will be like, yes, I can do it. And it's like, okay, yeah, so if possible, yeah, it's not personal. Sometimes you can do it, sometimes you can't. Yes, it's not like a permanent ability, right? So if possible, I recommend it. Okay.
Amalia,
Yes.
one question. Is possible to use take in when you say, for example, take your hands or take your feet?
Yeah, you can say take.
But
also.
it's better use grab.
I think
know
grab
if
is
it's
more
the same.
specific. Yeah, I think
okay.
grab is a bit more precise.
Okay.
Yeah. Another expression you can use, yes, for this idea of grabbing is hook your big toe. It's when you do this gesture with your fingers and you hook, enganchar, yes, hook the big toe. We will do it later because we will practice Utthita Padangusthasana, which is an Ashtanga Vinyasa pose. Yes. You can also say grab your big toe, of course. Micro bend your knees, yes. Again, micro bend, because this is an indication, yes. The other day we mentioned micro bend for a description, yes, like the knees are micro bend. This is micro bend. Yes, so this is especially for people with hyperextension of the knees or with tight hamstrings, like we mentioned before. Or for morning practices that, you know, you are like, your body is rigid. Yes, so it's good to microbend the knees. Rotate your legs internally or externally. Well, this depends on the pose. Yes, if the pose requires rotation. Extend or bend your legs, your knees, your ankles. Also depends on the pose. Ground your seat bones. So ground is similar to root. Yes. There is no translation to Spanish of ground. Por eso en español dicen grounding. You know, like, oh, practico grounding. Because there is no like literal translation, but we could say something like afianzar los isquiones, or, you know, like establecer, something like that. Yeah, ground your sit bones, for example, in Dandasana. Yes, staff pose. This staff is not staff de empleados. Yes, it's a staff like bastón. Yeah, it's not like the people working. And tilt your pelvis back or forward, like we mentioned the other day. Yes, so when you tilt your pelvis back, you are in retroversion, like cat pose. And when you tilt the pelvis forward, yes, you are in an anterior tilt, for example, in cow. But tilt can also be used with other body parts. Yes, for example, tilt your head back, forward, to the sides. Tilt your torso back, forward, to the sides. Yes? It's important to indicate the direction, because tilt is inclinar, but you have to say in which direction. Yes? So tilt, the formula is tilt plus body part plus direction. Yes, that's the formula. And the last one for this lower body is keep your pelvis neutral. Yes, so no tilt, neutral. The other day, on the other class, we mentioned something similar in tabletop. Do you remember? We used a similar expression, not about the pelvis.
Flat.
Flat, okay, but what was flat?
The lower back in Adho Mukha.
Okay, and in tabletop, what about tabletop? What's the position of the spine?
Align with your head.
Okay, actually the head is in line with the spine.
I want to say that you don't have to no sé cómo se dice soltar.
Release.
Release, okay, release your head, or align with
Okay.
your spine.
Okay, but what's the position of the spine? Is it extended? Is it twisted? How is it?
Extended. Or neutral.
Okay.
Neutral.
Neutral.
Neutral, yes.
Exactly. So keep your spine neutral, we said. Yes, the other day, or tabletop. Here we are saying the pelvis, but it's just like the expression is the same. Can you think of anything different you would say for the lower body? So feet, legs, and pelvis. And if you can't think now, it's okay, I understand. You can ask me later, like, hey, Amalia, in this pose, I say this. How can I say it in English? You can ask me.
Amalia,
Yes.
shift is like shift in other contexts. It's like change or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Mhm. Like cambiar el peso o transferir el peso
Okay.
to another part or to a specific part. Okay. Well, let's go with upper body and we take a break. Yes, I promise this is our last part and we take a 10-minute break to use the toilet and whatever. And then we do a practice. Yes.
Drink one mate.
So you can prepare mate also. No, 10 minutes, you can drink more than one mate. You can drink like 5. I'm a fast drinker, you know, like mate, I'm like really quick.
Yeah, because here in Mexico it's too early. It's 8.
Oh, it's 8. Yeah, that's super early. Yeah. 8 or 8:30?
Yeah.
8:30? Oh, okay. Okay, upper body cues. So the first one, my personal favorite, lengthen your spine. Lengthen, again, the tongue between the teeth. Yes, lengthen. Yes. I like, well, lengthen is alargar. Yes. So I really like this cue because some people say extend the spine, but that creates confusion because extend the spine can be this, it can be this. Yes? Unless you say extend your spine in the axis, no, like H-shell extension. But if you say lengthen, it's the same, like the action is the same, and you don't confuse people. Yeah? So extend in my classes is this, and lengthen is this. Yeah? So, well, here I mentioned some examples, but I think it's something we do all the time in yoga. I would never say compress your spine, right? I think that's not an instruction. Maybe you round, but always from extension, right? Okay, bend forward. Yes, here I'm talking about the torso. So bend the torso forward, bend the torso to the sides, right or left. Then we have engage your core, your pelvic floor, or other muscles. So basically, engage is like activate. Yes, engage, activate a muscle, yes, or a group of muscles. Please, if you say activate, it's activate, not active. Active is the adjective. Yes, so I say activate your biceps, or your biceps is active or are active. Yes, but the verb is activate.
I say in my class, activate my your belly button.
Okay.
Sometimes,
And
not always, but and sometimes in pranayama or in the meditation.
do you use it as something energetic? Like, are you targeting the, let's say, the chakra, or do you want to activate a specific muscle?
No, in the energetic.
Okay, perfect. So in that case, I think it's perfect. If you want to activate a specific muscle, like the rectus, the transverse abdominal muscle, or whatever muscle to engage, maybe I would be more specific, right? But if it's something energetical, well, the belly button is like pure energy, right? It's like the connection with the mother. So I like that. Cool. Rotate your shoulders internally or externally. This depends on the pose. Yes. For example, in this kind of pose, you know, with your arms like this, one of my shoulders is internally rotated and the other shoulder is externally rotated. Yes, like Gomukhasana. Spread your fingers. We mentioned it the other day. Yes, tabletop, down dog, plank. Every time your hands are on the mat. Yes, I think we never use this. Yes, so cactus your arms. Yes, so you can use it in goddess pose. It's to do this with your arms. Or sometimes when you are lying down on the mat. Yes, some people use this position of the arms. So if you can notice, English has a tendency of making verbs with nouns. Yes? So you have a noun, cactus, root, ground. These are nouns, sustantivos, yes? But in English, we make them into verbs. ¿Sí? Como que los volvemos verbos, los transformamos en verbos, yes? Because if I had to say this in Spanish, it would be like cactusea tus brazos, something like that. Yes, but in English, we just do it directly. Interlace your hands, yes, like here in this picture, or Prasarita C, or in Urdhva Badanguliasana, that is a hatha pose, yes, like Tadasana, but with interlaced hands. If you practice Shivananda sequence, it's used in this sequence, yes? And we will practice it also. Cool. Join or separate your shoulder blades, your scapula. Yes, so for example, for cow, we join, and for cat, we separate. Yes, so join is to bring something together. You can also say join your palms for prayer. Yes. Keep your head in line with the spine. Well, this is something we do most of the time, unless you practice yin yoga or restorative, maybe you relax the head. Yes, but in Hatha, Ashtanga, Vinyasa, I think that all the time the head is in line with the spine, or that's the intention, right? Relax your jaw. Yes, like I mentioned before, there is a very strong connection between the hips and the jaw. So, especially if you work in hip openers, yes, posturas de caderas abiertas, hip openers, all this tension in the hips, it will come here. Yes, so especially all the time, but especially in these poses, yes, like Baddha Konasana, what else? Prasaritas. Yes, when you open your hips, observe your jaw, and you will probably have a lot of tension, so relax the jaw. Gaze to the tip of the nose, up, to the side, between the eyebrows, etc. So what is to gaze? Do you know what is a synonym of gaze?
Mirar.
Yes, it's a synonym of look, but it's a special way of looking. It's to look with attention. Yes, so that's why we normally use gaze in yoga, because we are not just looking. Yes, if you look, it's like, oh, it's like accidental. But here we are looking with attention. Yes, with concentration. So gaze is a good verb to use for the look or the drishti.
it's like the drifty.
Mhm. You can use it to describe the drishti. Exactly.
Drishti. Oh,
Uh-huh.
gaze
So
to
gaze,
the-
gaze to the tip of the nose, it's Nasagrai drishti. It's here. Keep the chin parallel to the floor. Yes, so this is something we also do a lot of times. Yes, to keep this line so the neck doesn't collapse. We keep some alignment in the head. And the last one, yes, grow tall from the crown of your head. Yes, so normally when we start a class, we do the combo, yes? Ground your seat bones, lengthen your spine, grow tall from the crown of your head. Yes, normally we use this combo to focus on like the different parts of the spine, right? So the seat bones, the whole spine, and the crown of the head, yeah? Grow tall, it would be like crecer. Cool.
Can you
Any
repeat?
questions?
Can you
Grow
repeat
tall?
the three?
The combo, yes, I can
Yes.
I can write it in the chat. So ground your seat bones, lengthen your spine, and grow tall from the crown or the top of the head. Okay, ladies, any questions before we take a small break? Okay, so it's 10:41 in Mar del Plata, Argentina. I see you in 10 minutes. Yes, so 10:51 more or less. Please, if possible, prepare your mat because we will do a short practice. Yes? Okay, see you in 10 minutes. Okay, let's come back slowly. We will practice a short standing sequence. Yes, so the practice is optional. Yes, if you don't feel well or whatever, you don't have to do it. But I recommend it. Yes, I recommend you to do it if possible. And we also move a little because we are sitting for so long. It's good to move. Okay, so when you're ready, come to a standing pose with feet at hips distance or feet together, whatever you prefer. Root your feet. Engage your legs, keep your pelvis neutral. Lengthen your spine, arms by the sides of the torso. The chin is parallel to the floor. take a full breath here. So inhale and exhale. On the next inhalation, interlace your hands, push the palms forward and lift the arms. Yeah, so this is Urdhva Padanguli-asana. Exhaling, release the hands and lower the arms by the sides. Inhaling one more time, interlace, push the palms forward, lift the arms, and exhaling, bend to your right. Open your left side, hold here for one breath. Inhaling, come back to the center. Exhaling, bend to your left. Look to the front. Inhaling back to the center. Exhaling, release the hands, lower the arms, slowly by the side. One more time. Interlace your hands, inhaling, lift the arms. And now come on your tippy toes. Activate your legs. Find your drishti, yes, a fixed point. Activate your entire body. And exhaling, lower the heels and lower the arms. Inhale here. Exhaling, lower your chin to the chest and start bending forward. Yes, vertebra by vertebra. We are folding forward to the legs. You can micro bend your knees. So you can micro bend your knees here. Relax your torso, your arms, and your head. Bring your hands to your hips and inhaling, come up with a straight spine, with an extended spine. Come back to standing. Great. We repeat the same one more time. So inhale here, you can release the arms. Exhale, drop the chin to the chest, come down vertebra by vertebra, all the way down. Micro bend your knees. And bring your hands to your hips, inhaling, push the floor with your feet and come up. Perfect. Now we do it the other way around. Yes, so we go down with an extended spine and we come up vertebra by vertebra. So inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, fold from your hips with an extended spine all the way down to your legs. And inhaling, come up vertebra by vertebra, feet pushing the floor. The core is active. And the chin comes parallel to the floor. One more time. Lift your arms, look up. Exhaling, lower your arms and fold from your hips to your legs with an extended spine. Inhaling, come up vertebra by vertebra. Now shift your weight into your right foot. Lift your left knee and hook your big toe. Yes, so with your index and middle finger, hook your big toe, bring the right hand to your hip and extend the leg as much as possible. Yes. Find your drishti, yes, look to a fixed point and hold Utthita Padangusthasana. Take one more inhale. Exhaling, bend the knee. Externally rotate the leg. And here, if possible, extend the leg, or you can stay here in this variation. And you can look to the front, or you can gaze towards the right side. Keep pushing the floor with the support foot. Keep the leg extended. Inhaling, look to the front, bring the knee to the front, release the hand and extend the leg. Both hands on the hips. One more inhale here and exhaling, lower the leg. Let's repeat the same on the other side. So shift your weight on your left foot, lift the right knee, hook your big toe, extend your right leg as much as possible, maybe not completely. Look to a fixed point in the front. Keep lifting the inner arch of your support foot and breathe. One more inhale here. Exhaling, bend the knee. Rotate the leg externally and stay here or extend the leg. Extend also the support leg. Maybe look to your left. And continue breathing. Slowly. Inhaling, bring the look and the knee to the front. Both hands on the hips. Extend your leg. Engage your pelvic floor, your core. And slowly exhale, lower. Perfect. Now, step your feet wide apart. Yes, how wide? Well, you can extend your arms. Yes, at shoulder height. And check your ankles are under your wrists. Yes, so wrists, remember muñecas, ankles, tobillos. Yes, so you can check this distance. Great, now interlace your hands behind your back. Join your shoulder blades, open your chest, inhale, and exhaling, fold forward from your hips all the way down. Lengthen your spine with each breath. Take one more breath here into Prasarita C. And inhaling, when you finish, come up slowly. Release the hands and the arms and bring your feet together. Take a deep breath here in standing pose. And come back to your computer or cell phone. Okay, so who can tell me some of the cues that I mentioned in this practice that I used?
Hook your toes.
Tuck your toes?
Hook.
Oh, hook your big toes. Yes, hook your big toes. Yes, perfect. Very good, Sophie. Any others?
Yeah, transfer your weight into one foot.
Transfer. Very good. On this one?
Interlace your hands.
Interlace your hands. Very good. Perfect. Okay, cool. Any questions about this practice? Brenda, you have to open your microphone.
When you say come back
Mhm.
to this pose, this,
To standing.
this,
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
say punta, talón, o sea, volver de a poco, pero, but in English,
There is an expression for that. I'm sure I've heard it, but I to be honest, I don't know, but I will search for it. But yes, I'm sure that I've heard an expression for this. I will write it down, yes, and search for this. Yes.
okay.
Okay, Flor, don't worry. You can watch the recording later. Thank you for coming. But yes, I remember practicing this in a class in English, but I don't remember the expression. But I will try to look for it. You could also, some people jump, right? Like I think in Ashtanga, they jump back to Samastiti. So that's also another possibility. But yes, punta talón, I don't remember. And I know I searched for this once and I couldn't find it, but I will look again.
And could it be like tippy toe heel, tippy toe heel?
Maybe it could be. Yes, I will check. I will check and I will let you know. It's a good question. Perfect. Okay, well, let's continue because we don't have so much time and we have some important things to cover. Okay, well, you have this sequence, something similar because I always change it when I teach it. You have it in the booklet, yes? And I have a video also, so you can, if you like to read it or practice it again, you will have it there. Okay, let's check a few joint mobility exercises. Yes, so do you practice joint mobility before asana? Yes. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, here we have neck, shoulders, and hips exercises. Yes. And the idea is that for next class, one of the activities is that you describe an exercise for another joint. Yeah, so it could be the wrist, the ankles, the spine, the fingers, the toes. Yes. Okay, so who would like to read the neck exercise?
I can do it.
Okay, please. Thank you so much.
Okay. Neck. From standing or seated pose, inhale with your head in line with the spine. Exhale, drop your chin to the chest, sorry. Inhale, lift your chin, look up. Do 3 more rounds. Then on an exhalation, drop your chin to the chest and inhale. Bring it to the right shoulder, exhaling back to the center and inhaling to the left shoulder. Make semicircles with your head. Do 5 more rounds.
Okay, so basically it's this move. Yes, a classic of most yoga classes. Yes, so this is semicircles. You could also do full circles. Yes, with the head back. But here we have semicircles. So if you look at the vocabulary, it's super simple. Yes, inhale, exhale, lift, drop. Drop is very similar to lower. Yes, so drop the chin to chest. And then, well, make semicircles, make circles, yeah? And do rounds, like 2 rounds, 3 rounds, 5 rounds, yeah? Who can read the shoulders one? Shoulders exercise.
I can read.
Okay, thank you, Nai.
Shoulders. Lift your arms at shoulder height, palms
Height.
up. Height. Your shoulders height, palms up. Bring your hands to your shoulders. On your next inhale, lift your elbows and bring them back as you open the chest. Exhaling, lower your elbows and bring them forward. Continue making circles with your elbows, making them bigger on each round. Do 5 more rounds, then switch directions.
Perfect. So here, the other say we mentioned switch sides. Remember, like to repeat on the other side? Well, here it's switch directions. Yes? Okay, this is another classic, right? Shoulders exercise. And finally, for the hips, again, pretty similar, yes. I will read it. So from standing pose, yes, transfer your weight into one foot and find your drishti. So if the person doesn't have balance, you can use something like the person in the illustration. Yes, like you can hold on something. Place your hands on your waist. Waist is cintura. You could also say hips. Yes, a bit lower. Lift the opposite knee. Start making circles with the knee. So your thigh bone, femur, yes, so thigh bone is like the normal name and the femur is like the technical name. Rotates into your hip. Hip. Este is está de más. Yes, I have to change it. So rotates into your hip. Make 5 circles outwards and 5 circles inwards. Then lower the foot and repeat on the other side. Yes? Perfect. Okay. Any questions about joint mobility? Okay, so let's go with the warrior poses. I like creating some suspense here. Okay, so this...
Sorry, Amalia. I
Yes.
have a
Yes.
questions.
Yeah.
And the description of the hips mobility.
Mhm.
Thigh bone, the femur is THIGHT or without the T final T?
No,
Okay.
no final T. The same
Okay.
as thigh, like
Okay.
muslo, thigh.
Okay, super,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay, so warriors, yes, Virabhadrasanas. How you all practice all these poses, right? Yes, are we all familiar with Virabhadrasanas? Yeah. Okay, Analia, I don't know. It's not saying. Okay, how old do you think they are, these poses? Like 1 million years, 10,000 years old, 5,000, 2,000. 5 years old?
I don't know, maybe 200 or
200? Okay,
yeah, I don't know.
okay, that's a good answer. The rest?
Between 100 and 200.
Okay. Oh, so so it's not, they are not really old, right?
Huh?
So they are not really old.
No sé, no.
I think they are old, like in the beginning of yoga, maybe like 200 years before Christ. Before Christ, yes.
The beginning of yoga, you mean the Yoga Sutras, was 2,000 years after. We say after Common Era, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
not in the beginning of Yoga Sutra, maybe like a bit later.
Okay, well, let's see the answer. Okay, so, well, Aime and Brenda were closer. Brenda actually was pretty close. Yes, so these poses are 100 years old. Yes, so they are from the 1920s, 1930s. Yes, and they are the result of a mix between Hatha yoga, gymnastics, European gymnastics, yes, and some forms of wrestling. Wrestling is a lucha, yes. Indian martial arts, yes. So, you know, India was a British colony for a long time. And in this context, there was a big mix of disciplines, yes. So these poses.
This
And
pose in Jiu-Jitsu, use this pose.
Yes, and in Kalaripayattu, that is the Indian martial art, there are very similar poses. Yes, so it's not most of the modern asanas are pretty recent. Yes, they are not. If you look at the Hatha Yoga Pradipika or this kind of ancient scriptures, we don't find standing poses. Yes, all the poses are seated. The first standing pose is Vrikshasana in the Geranda Samhita. I think it's the 16th century. Yes, siglo XVI, first standing pose. Yes, before that, most of the poses were seated. Okay, this is just some history. Yes, I consider this is a great pose, beautiful, it's powerful, so I practice it. Okay, so let's look at the cues. Yes, so for the feet, there are different options. Yes, the first option, which is considered the traditional alignment, is the front heel, talón de frente, yes, aligned with the back arch. Yes, I am not doing really this in the picture. Yes, back arch, arco de atrás. Yes, so this is considered the traditional alignment. The other possibility is with the feet at hips distance. So this is the front foot, and they are not like this. Yes, so they are at hips distance. And finally, the third option is to keep this back foot lifted, the heel lifted. Yes? But in English, that has another name, which is crescent. Yes, that pose has another name, crescent lunge or crescent moon, depending on the teacher. Yes? Okay. If your back foot is on the mat, like here, I would say press into the outer edge of the back foot. Yes, so the foot doesn't collapse in. Yes, so we are pressing here in the outer edge. So that's for the feet. Then bring your front knee over the ankle. Yes, so knee over the ankle, 90 degrees, basically. Square your hips. You can also say point your hips forward. Yeah, point your hips forward, not look. Yes, hips look forward, no, because the hips don't have eyes. In English, we don't say look, but point, yes. I would say separate and elevate the shoulder blades. Yes, the scapula, separate and elevate. Yes, so I am not compressing my neck, my shoulders. Yes, there is space here. And regarding the look, we also have different options. Some people say look forward. Some people say look at an upward angle. Yes, like maybe 45 degrees. Some people say look to your hands. Yes, so that's optional. Who can read the instructions to come
Amalia.
into Warrior One?
Sorry, I have a question. A square
Yes.
is the same as point?
Not really. Point is apuntar, square is encuadrar.
Okay, I didn't understand you when you say that point.
The intention is the same. The intention is the same.
Okay.
Yes, encuadrar las caderas. You could actually use both. Square your hips, pointing forward, for example.
Okay.
Yes. Brenda, would you like to read these instructions to come into Warrior One?
To come into Warrior One, from down, step your right foot forward, lower your left foot in a 45 angle, or keep the left heel lifted. Yeah. Lift your torso and your arms. Bend your front knee in 90 angle, if possible. Try to keep your hips square. Place your hands facing each other or in Kali Mudra. All fingers interlace except index fingers. Okay. Your front foot push back and your back foot push forward. Counter force. Look up to your hands or to the front. Slightly tuck your tailbone. Slightly.
Slightly. Slightly. It's like a little bit. Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Remember, tuck is meter.
Yes.
We are inviting people like me, for example, because I have quite a strong lumbar extension here. Yes, so to tuck the tailbone and soften that extension. Yes.
Right.
Okay. And I like this idea of counter forces.
Counter force.
Yes. Fuerzas opuestas. Complementarias also. Yes. So this front foot pushes back, and this back foot pushes forward. Yes. So in the middle, your axis, right?
Okay.
Okay. So this is Warrior One. Do you say anything different for this pose?
Yeah. When I say when the person can't be aligned, the foot, I say the back foot or the feet. One step, I don't know in English, but cuando una persona no puede tener los pies alineados, yo indico que el pie de atrás haga un pasito quizás o dé un paso hacia adelante o lo puede llevar un poquito más hacia adelante cuando no pueden estar alineados. Eso es lo único que por ahí sí lo modifico.
It's similar to saying hip feet at hip distance. Yes.
¿Sí? Okay.
Because the back foot will be in line with the hip, you know. So it's not like this. So it's the idea is the same. You can say it in another way, but the idea is the same. And Aimee, you had another question.
Yeah, some people have that tendency to, when the front knee, you need to push, but I don't know how to say push outwards or
push the knee outwards. Yeah.
Push the front knee outwards. It's an indication that
yeah, some people, like with the same intention, they would say to press into the pinky toe.
Okay, I like that.
You know?
Yeah.
So you avoid the knee coming in. If you press into the pinky toe, yes, dedo chiquito, you kind of compensate this tendency. Yes, so that's another option.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's go into Warrior 2. Yes, so from Warrior 1, what's the transition into Warrior 2? Yes, who would like to read? It's very simple.
I can read. Yes.
Please.
Well, to transition from Warrior 1 into Warrior 2, open your hips to the long side of the mat and adjust your back foot. Lower your arms at shoulders height and look to your front hand. Make sure your shoulders are over your hips and your head over your pelvis.
Okay, so first, open your hips. You can say the long side of the mat, or you can say to the right, to the left, depending on where are you. Yes? Adjust your back foot because the back foot is not in the same position. Yes? So look here, it's more open than in Warrior 1. Yes, Warrior 1 is 45 degrees, more or less, and here is more like 90 degrees. Yes? Perfect. Lower your arms at shoulder height, Caro. Remember, height is audio. Yes, so height, shoulder height. And look to your front hand, or if you want to be more specific, look to your front middle finger. Yes. Make sure your shoulders are over your hips so you don't do this or this. Yes, you observe these lines, and head over the pelvis also, so the head doesn't move around. Again, I would recommend most of the people to tuck the tailbone slightly. Yes, a little bit. Here, well, some people will keep their foot at 90 degrees. Some people will turn it slightly in. Yeah, not 45, but like a little bit. And you can see here these drawings. These are from Dr. Ray Long. I share with you a book by him, this one, Anatomy for Vinyasa Flow and Standing Poses. So I think it's interesting to see the muscles here. Yes, so you have the pink muscles stretching and the blue muscles contracting. Yes, so I think it's interesting to also to learn the names of the muscles. Okay, and finally, let's move into warrior 3. Yes, this one. So to do this pose, you cannot do it from warrior 2 because the position of the hips is different. So you have to go back to warrior 1. Yes. And well, I will read this one. Yes. So go back to warrior 1, point your hips forward and bring your arms over your head. Or for some people, if this is difficult, you can just keep the hands in prayer. Lift your back leg. Yes, and for this, maybe you have to step the back foot forward, dar un pasito hacia adelante. Yeah, you have to take a small step forward and lower your torso until they are parallel to the floor. That's the intention. Yes, so you create a T shape with the body. Lengthen from your back foot to your fingertips. Yes, to your hands. So you extend this line here. And what else? Keep your head in line with the spine. Yes, so you have to look down, look to the mat. Activate your support leg by lifting the kneecap. Yes, rótula. Yes, so you lift the kneecap and engage the quadriceps. These two things happen together, but let's separate them. Yes, so then a big dilemma normally is, what do I do with my back foot? Well, it has to be active. If you flex the foot, like here, I activate the back muscles of the leg, which is good for beginners especially. If I extend the foot, yes, like pie en puntita, I activate the front muscles, the quadriceps, for example. Yes. You can, I normally tell my students to try, to try the options. To come out, lower the back foot, place your hands on the mat and step your front foot back into down dog. Yes, because we started in down dog, remember? Repeat the sequence on your left side, and you can do this dynamically, yes, like a flow, or you can hold the poses. Yes, I like holding, especially these poses. 5 to 10 breaths. So lift the inner arch of your support foot. This is something I also mentioned for Utthita Padangusthasana before in the practice. Engage your support leg. Reach forward with your arms. Yes, so reach is like, it's an intention. Yes, it's like alcanzar. Like, oh, you really want to take something. You can use it with different directions. Reach up, reach down. Yeah. Look to the mat. Keep your hips pointing down, not open. And activate your back foot. Okay, any questions about the warrior poses?
Yeah, I have a question, Amalia. When
Yes.
we need to describe an asana or a pose, would you recommend to start with the lower part of the body, like the feet, and yeah?
Yeah, always guide from the foundations.
Okay.
Desde la fundación, desde los cimientos, yes? Because, for example, if I don't tell you here to lift the inner arch or to lift the kneecap, your pose will be weak. Yes, you will fall all the time. You know how sometimes people, they just want to go to this pose and they fall and they fall. Like, take your time, root your feet, like activate your leg first. Or in Cobra, some people say, okay, Cobra, open the chest. Okay, wait. check your hands first, check your feet, check your legs. Foundations are strong, perfect. Now open the chest. Yes? So that's something that they didn't teach me in my original yoga teacher training, but I really learned with practice and with other courses and trainings, and I think it's super important. Thank you for asking, Aime. Cool. Any other questions? We will not practice this now because we don't have more time, but again, it will be included in the practice. Yes? So try to do the practice. Yes, it's just 1 hour. Or if you don't do it, you can watch it when you are having lunch. Yes? If you don't have time to practice it. But if you can do it and bring this learning to your body, I think that's super important, and it's really one of the principles of this course. Yes, so try to do the practice. Cool. Anyone like to say anything before we close? Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming, for participating, reading, practicing, and being open. Yes. Have a great weekend and see you in 2 weeks. Yes.
Thank you,
Okay.
Amalia.
Thank you so much.
Mwah.
Thank you.
You too.
Thank you so much.
Bye,
Bye.
girls.
Bye.
Bye.